Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope you're doing well. Today it's time to check out this one right here. Yves Saint Laurent La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Electrique. This one is finally available in the US, so you can find it at stores like Macy's. Though if you try to buy it off Macy's right now, it's not going to be delivered for another 4 weeks. Yeah. They ran a flash sale on it. This I didn't buy as part of the flash sale. I actually ordered this from Europe. But at Macy's, they had this for like $35 or something for a 2-ounce bottle, and a lot of people bought it. So that's great. Everybody loves buying something and waiting 4 weeks. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and unbox this, show you how it looks, spray it on, tell you how it smells. So let's jump into it. Take a look at the box before I go ahead and open it up, and then we'll look at the bottle. So we've got the name of the house, name of the fragrance, size and concentration right there on the front. YSL up at the top. Nothing on the sides. Got all your ingredients back on the back here. There's a good look at the bottom, the batch code. This is one of those lovely long batch codes, 38U201N. So what am I expecting from this one? Not a whole lot. I'm just hoping it's not terrible, basically. Here's a good look at the bottle for you guys. Obviously, this one being named Bleu Electrique, this is a follow-up to Eau Electrique. And that one had some similarities to Eros from Versace. And there's the bottom for you. So here is Eau Electrique, here's Bleu Electrique. Looking at them side by side, Bleu Electrique is bluer. Yeah, imagine that. It's pretty much the same, just this has a much more noticeable blue tinge. This one is kind of like a denim blue color, whereas this one is like neon blue. Yves Saint Laurent is known for having lots of flankers that people just ultimately don't really care about, and then they get discontinued within a year or two. That seems to be their MO. Bergamot, cardamom, and ginger are the top notes here, and when I read those top notes, I think to myself, yes, that's actually exactly what this smells like. Yeah. This is going to be a very simplistic breakdown of how the opening smells, and yet it is entirely accurate. La Nuit de l'Homme, if it were a blue fragrance. Yeah. Imagine that. La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Electrique is La Nuit de l'Homme reimagined as a blue scent. So what does that mean? It means that you're getting that cardamom from La Nuit de l'Homme, that spicy, sexy, sweet cardamom, only now reimagined being a little bit fresher and having that lively ginger citrus combo as well. And I'll tell you, when I very first sprayed this on and I was catching little whiffs of it, I was thinking to myself, yeah, here we go. Some straight up garbage. Dumpster fire, here we go. And yet, smelling it, I like this. Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah, this smells pretty freaking good, actually. You've also got some lavender in here. It's kind of creeping up, starting to pick up little whiffs of it. This is not anything super unique, and yet it smells friggin' good. There's this sweet touch to it as well, this kind of sweetness that weaves its way in and out throughout this fragrance. You pick up whiffs of this, and it's sweet, but not too sweet. And thankfully, not really taking on that kind of bubblegum edge that a lot of scents do have. So whereas La Nuit de l'Homme Eau Electrique has that Eros touch to the point that you could imagine people that work at Yves Saint Laurent, the decision makers, the movers and the shakers, taking a look at Versace Eros and going, wait, how much money is Versace making? Yeah, let's do that. This one is Yves Saint Laurent looking back a little bit at La Nuit de l'Homme and going, what made that successful? Let's riff on that a little bit. Yeah. I like this so much more than I should. I did not expect to enjoy this fragrance. I fully thought this was gonna be something to dunk on, but it's really nice. So what I'm gonna do is go let my wife smell this, let it dry down, come back and give you guys the usual updates about how it changed as I had this on my skin and what she thinks about the fragrance. I think it's gonna be a hit. I think she's gonna love it. This is one of those times where a fragrance brand is taking something that they have that's really popular and giving it some twists and some tweaks and modernizing it. That's what this is. La Nuit de l'Homme for 2021. And I'm friggin' here for it. Yeah, I like this. And I don't care who out there decides they don't like this, I do. And I am glad I bought it. So let me go let this dry down. Hopefully it doesn't fall apart and I come back unhappy. So see you in a couple seconds. I am back and I've had my wife check this one out as well as the fragrance dried down. She did really like it, but she liked the opening and the mid a little bit more than the dry down. Still though, it was really positive for her the first time that she smelled the fragrance, so she likes this one so far a lot. Now this one does have some of that Bleu Electrique DNA in the fragrance, which is not really a big surprise, and it comes out more as it heads through the mid. That's where the geranium and the lavender come out more, which are notes that it shares with Bleu Electrique, and those are actually some of the more dominant or prominent notes in the fragrance. It also smells like Bleu Electrique does have some tonka in there. You know, tonka / vanilla, some of that warm sweetness. Feels like that's in here, even though I don't think it's an official note. They really just have cedar and vetiver as the base notes for this fragrance. And I would say that compared to Bleu Electrique, Bleu Electrique is definitely woodier. Now that's not to say that it's an extremely woodsy scent or anything like that. It's just they've amped that up and they brought that tonka / vanilla down a little bit from where it was at with Bleu Electrique. The biggest difference for me though is in the opening. In the opening where you get that cardamom, you get that bergamot and ginger, it really sets it apart from Bleu Electrique, and in my opinion actually smells way better in the opening than Bleu Electrique does. I think it's that changed opening that really grabbed my attention and opened me up for the rest of the fragrance. You know, that opening was just really, really good, very well done. It harkened back to La Nuit de l'Homme, but at the same time gave it that little modern twist, and I give that a big, big thumbs up. As Bleu Electrique dries down, it does get closer to Bleu Electrique. It never, becomes the exact same fragrance, but it does get closer. So ultimately, what are you getting here? You're getting a modernized La Nuit de l'Homme complement beast of an opening. Just fantastic smelling in my opinion. And then as it dries down, you get something that's a little bit closer to Bleu Electrique, just woodsier and maybe ever so slightly fresher. But again, I wouldn't say heavy on the woods, and there's definitely some tonka in here, even if it's not listed as an official note. This is the type of fragrance that will absolutely get flamed when it first pops up on Fragrantica. When it first hits Fragrantica, just like happened with Bleu Electrique, you're gonna have a lot of people who are giving it the thumbs down. Oh, Yves Saint Laurent with the boring flankers, the trash, absolute trash, people pleaser, no. So this is gonna be one of those scents that is initially flamed by the hardcore fans of fragrance, and then as more everyday people smell it, it's gonna go way up. If I had to guess, that's what's gonna happen. Initially, gonna get flamed. As more people smell it on their own, it's gonna go up as far as how many people enjoy it. And you guys out there that got this for that $35 or whatever it was flash sale, I think you're gonna be really happy. $35 for this fragrance is a steal. I don't regret this purchase a bit, and I feel like even once it hits discounters, if it's at that $55 range, $60 range, even $65, that most people, the vast majority that buy it in that range, are gonna be really happy with it. Because let's level with each other here, okay? Let's be honest. If you're shopping for a La Nuit de l'Homme flanker, especially one named Bleu Electrique, I know what you're after. You know what you're after. Come on, you're looking for compliments, looking for positive attention, looking for a fragrance that hopefully has a good amount of versatility, something that would be great on a date, for example, or also worn casually or maybe even to the office. That's what you're looking for. You are not buying La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Electrique hoping that it's the next super challenging, genre-busting, mind-expanding fragrance. That's not what you're going for. And all of the things that you would be looking for in a fragrance if you're shopping for this one or thinking about it, this one has in it. It pulls it off really well. I like the way this smells a lot. Can't tell you guys about the performance here. I can't tell you about the longevity. It's the first time I've sprayed it on. Not worn it out and about or anything like that. Just me and my wife, the only ones that have smelled it. But what I'm smelling right now, I really enjoy. So this one for me, first impressions, big thumbs up. And I know there are gonna be people that bemoan Yves Saint Laurent, the lack of ingenuity, the lack of experimentation and new things being brought to market, things that are redefining the fragrance world. There are going to be a lot of people that are unhappy that they're not doing that and they're playing it safe. I get it. But at the end of the day, most people that are buying a fragrance just want to smell good. And will this have you smelling good? Hell yeah. So there we go. La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Electrique by Yves Saint Laurent. Blind buy and a successful one. So everybody that placed those orders at Macy's for like $35, you did good. You did good. I think you'll be happy when you actually get your hands on the bottle, whenever that is. I mean, it's probably gonna be a while, but when you get it, you'll be happy, probably. And once this hits discounters, I say go for it. You know, if you want this type of scent, go for it. So I'll tell you guys, the amount that I paid for this was like $115 or something. I don't regret it. So, it should tell you something. All right, that's gonna do it for me. As always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for all your support. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.